Alright guys, so first things first, before we start this build reveal, I do gotta mention that this build is really screwed up. You can see it's 43 years old. And even past completing this build, I screwed some stuff up because, as you know, when Layer 2 came out, you could reroll some cards, and I took something I'll go over in a minute, but yeah, let's just reveal these stats. Well, I kind of already have the menu pulled up, but you can see right here, I went 30 strength, 40 fortitude, 60 agility, 100 medium, and 95 gale breath. And for my traits, I went 6 vitality and 6 proficiency. So I did make a lot of screw ups making this build. So first things first, again, I completely screwed this up because I picked all the stuff when Layer 2 first came out. So if I could redo this, I would definitely go 4 vitality, 0 erudition, 4 proficiency, and 4 song chant, just because Gale does a lot of damage. So for the health pieces, it's pretty standard. You know, there's nothing really too out of the ordinary. And the rings could definitely be better. I didn't choose the best of rings. In fact, if you're going tap dancer on this build like I did, you could definitely use a Maestro's ring for the extra M1 scaling. For the outfit, I chose a Prophet's Cloak for the extra penetration on mantras because Gale Breath hits really hard. Like, it does like an ungodly amount of damage if you manage to land the mantras. And definitely with the parry changes, you know, mantra fainting and wanting and then casting the mantra again, it's a lot easier to land stuff like, you know, Astral Wind and you know, just all the good mantras that do damage with Gale. Oh, hello. So as for my talents, there's definitely some places where I screwed up. And the first thing that you will really notice where I screwed up, let's see, where is this? Return to the Dark Ages. So please don't make the same mistake I did. Do not take Return to the Dark Ages on a Gale Breath build. It is like unbelievably bad. Like, just trust me on this when I say do not take Return to the Dark Ages on a Gale Breath build. I've been told by so many people that my mantras do such little damage, and it's honestly not worth it considering the damage on Gale Breath. Gale Breath is one of the main attractions of the element and the aggressive playstyle. So it's really not a good pair. Please do not take Return to the Dark Ages. The second mistake that I made is definitely I would have taken 5 out of Gale Breath and put it over here into agility. And the reason for this is so that I can get cheap shot. So as you can see here with Silencer's Edge, meleeing a suffocated opponent will grant you a speed boost. So the way cheap shot works is if you M1 a meleeed or a suffocated opponent and you get a speed boost, that will actually, don't quote me on this because I'm not too sure, but this is just all theoretical, will actually proc cheap shot, which gives you an extra 10% penetration on your M1s, which I feel goes a lot longer of a way than 5 Gale Breath to contribute to your Curved Blade M1s. So that's what I would have done. And I also just think generally cheap shot is a really good talent, especially with Gale Breath, with a bunch of talents giving you a speed boost. And another thing that I messed up on this build is I got almost no mobility talents. The only one that I really got was arrow gliding, but I never really use arrow gliding just because I forget to use it a lot of the time. So definitely take, you know, Gale Leap, you know, the one where you jump mid-air. Definitely take those. I thought in my head, I used to do the Gale double jump a lot in the middle of fights, and it would always mess me up. But trust me when I say you need the mobility. It's also another great piece of Gale Breath that I'm definitely missing on this build. So just to explain my stats up here real quick. I went 30 strength just so that I could get Gale Coil and all the other strength talents like the posture ones and bulldozer. 40 fortitude, obviously, for exoskeleton. You never want to miss out on exoskeleton on really any build. 60 agility for tap dancer, and like I said, I would go 65 for cheap shot if I were to remake this build. 100 medium and 90 gale breath is obvious. Although I will say that normally you don't really want to go above 80 element on any build unless you have elemental weapon scaling. Mainly just because, you know, the extra stat points don't do much for you in terms of elemental damage. Because the level 5 mantras is definitely what contributes to the most, so you should really just stay at 80. And for my traits, I went 6 vitality and 6 proficiency. This build's pretty old, so I picked those traits as soon as I logged on for the first time for layer 2. So I would go 4044 for this build, and pretty much most builds actually. In fact, I don't actually know many builds where I would go like 6060 besides, you know, PvE builds and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much the build. I know a lot of you have been asking for me to reveal the build, so I thought I should make a nice quick video on this so I can provide. And also, lots of you were asking for the hair combo too, and normally I don't like revealing my hair combo, just because, you know, I really like gatekeeping my own hair combos just because I think they're really nice and I spend a lot of time looking for them, and I don't really like to see other people like copying the hairstyles that I look for. But, you know, just because, you know, I'm feeling nice, I don't know, I'm a good guy, you know. I'll put the hair combo up on the screen right now. So other than that, that's pretty much the build. I hope you guys enjoyed.